Pop quiz. In a research summary passage, 3 studies test the same thing, but with one key change each time. What's the smartest first move? A. Read every word carefully. B. Skim to spot what changes across studies. C. Memorize science facts. D. Guess and move on. Lock in your answer. Time's up. If you chose B, you're thinking like a top scorer. Research summary passages reward fast pattern spotting, especially noticing what changes from one experiment to the next. In this video, you learn how to crush ACT science research summary passages by skimming with purpose, tracking what changes from study to study, and answering data questions quickly and accurately. You're watching ACT Prep with Quizlet. Quick lessons to help you feel more confident on test day. Research summary passages walk you through a few experiments and then pair them with tables, charts, or graphs. The good news is you don't need outside knowledge. Everything you need is on the page. Your only job is to follow the setup and let the data lead you to the answer. Here's the big idea. Most details stay the same, and one condition changes each time. So before you dive in, build a quick mental map. Ask, what stayed constant and what changed? Now, start with a light skim. Look for the goal, the variable that changes, the outcome they measure, and any control condition. As you skim, keep thinking, what is the study trying to prove? Next, scan the first lines of each study and look for the unique condition. For example, Study 1 changes the surface type. Study 2 changes the ramp angle. And Study 3 changes the ball mass. That what changed detail is your shortcut for half the questions. Then, let the visuals do the heavy lifting. Most questions send you to one table or graph, so train your eyes to jump straight to the right row, column, or line. Most of the time, you're hunting for something like the highest average, the lowest value, or the overall trend. For example, if the question asks which surface gave the highest average speed, don't reread the passage. Just compare the average speeds across the surfaces and pick the largest. Quick and straightforward. However, watch for a classic trap. The biggest number depends on what the graph measures. If the question asks for the slowest run and you're looking at time, the slowest run is the one with the largest time, not the smallest. So far, we've covered how to map what changes across studies and how to read tables and graphs using the right comparison: highest, lowest, or largest time. Ready to lock in? Tap the link for a quick ACT practice on Quizlet, then jump back in so you can keep learning without missing a beat. Now let's level up. On the ACT, you'll sometimes have to connect 2 visuals. For instance, Graph 1 might show plant height over time, while Graph 2 shows biomass over time. Same studies, different measurement. Here's a reliable sequence. First, lock onto the right study. Find the X value, then read the Y value with the units. So if the question says, on day 10 in study 2, don't rush. Find study 2 first, then day 10, then pull the number. Finally, don't let tiny details steal points. Units, axis labels, and legends are where tricky questions hide. Before you choose, double-check you're reading the right line or symbol, and that you didn't mix up grams with milligrams or a rate with a total. To recap, research summary passages are about spotting what changes across experiments, then using tables and graphs to answer questions fast. Skim for the study differences. Go straight to the exact row or axis you need, and always verify units. And what words like slowest, or greatest actually mean? Keep learning. Visit our ACT Study Hub for practice tests to get you ready for test day.